Good afternoon, everybody. Oh, who is this Ron person? I haven't seen him for a while. Good to know you're still around. What we got? Full Throttle's in the house. We have Fred in the house. Welcome, everybody. Hope everyone's been having a good weekend so far. Oh, let's see. Wonder what this will look like. Shadowy as can be. We don't want to do that. Let's see, we got Mike that jumped in here. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Right in front of me. How's everyone's weekend going so far? Oh, Glenn, welcome. Please ignore my messy hair, it's always there. Everyone be nice to Glenn. Fred here. Glenn, if you got any questions or anything like that for me or any of the guys, feel free to ask away. Let's see. I just had those things. No need to be shy. I still got a ways to go. Nice motorcycle ride. It's always good. Working on your Chevelle. Very nice. I haven't been working on too much. I did a little bit of work on the Catalina, but just trying to get the suspension to be dialed in. That's about it. There's a lot of people that like to ride in the rain. You guys are crazy. At least here in Utah, it's a death wish to be riding a motorcycle around because nobody looks for them. Been 100 degrees. Good grief. An 80s Bronco, huh? Doing anything special to that Bronco, Glenn? Stupid mouse, stop it. Let's see, we'll go to Glenn's channel, make sure I'm subscribed to him. Yeah, no 0 subs, but now he's got 1. Oh, we got Tom in the house. Good old T4, welcome, buddy. Welcome to another fun-filled episode of me sanding little tiny parts. And we do this last episode too. You have 2 now, Glenn. Looks like Glenn needs to use his YouTube channel a little bit more. Make that 3. Alright, there we go. Let's throw some turbos on. Not intake turbos. And this, let's get out of the way. No, not what I wanted. Use the handle. I get it for cleaning up all my parts. Okie dokie. So. So I feel like I'm getting pretty close to sending this frame off to get replicated and 3D printed. I don't think there's anything else. Just more fun sanding. Let's see. Stock combo, got some seat belts and flocking to the interior. Alright. Clean out my finger. Jeff, welcome to it. We're not sticking anything together today. Not that I can think of. Trying to figure out before I send this frame off, and I'm waiting to hear back from the guy, what else I need to get onto this frame. I've got, let's get this out of the way. So I've got the radiator support, the motor mounts, rear mounts for the 3-link in the rear. We need to work on the shock mounts back here. Somebody's birthday today? It's Jess. Oh, it's tomorrow. Well, Jeff, I guess you're in luck. I don't sing happy birthday to people. Note to self. That might be a good note to self to have. Once I finish these motor mounts, we'll work on the rear shocks, because we started that one time and then I skipped it and didn't want to work on it. Still scared on which? About the only thing new with me is I've been working on my secret little project of my new spray booth. Got all the lights and that thing figured out, and now I gotta work on the exhaust and fan. Alright, so rear suspension. Oh, Fred, if I was worried about monetization, I don't think I'd approve these messages. Alright, so got these shocks. Those are rear tires. Talk. I think the axle. That's why it's been quiet today. Instagram. Quiet today. Retard. Oh my gosh. I just want to see if this sits flat-ish. Okay. You guys are absolutely horrible. That is all I'm going to say. I was thinking it might be cool to mount these here. I think I'm going to Alright, time to blind you guys. You guys better play nice. Really? They're not symmetrical by any means. That one I'm gonna have to modify. Okay, okay. Oh, that's one reason why I have filters on. So when you guys get too out of control, I'll just stop it. Don't make me the bad guy. I don't want to be the bad guy. Let's see. So it looks like this one I've got to cut, flip around. Dude, I never care where comb my hair in the morning. I work construction. I throw on a hat every single morning, so I don't even bother. Some of the times I wonder why I bother even having hair. Let's go, yeah, backwards. Pliers, pliers, pliers. Bracket. That's better. Oh, poor Jeff today. He's just taking the brunt of everything. Is he even in here anymore, or did he leave because you guys are being such a bully? Now the ferrets. Now that right there would not surprise me. Come on, just stay, boo-boo. Okay, sorry. Take an iPod from the ferrets. Having selfies. What's Tyler doing out of his frame? Wouldn't you like to know what I do out of the frame? Yeah, I know. It's habit, you know. You get used to working here in your face and you try doing live stream and you have to actually show people what you're doing now. So it's still hard after all this time to be that way and show people. Well, I'm working on a 32 Ford Vicky. Come on, just get under there. Jeff is working on trying to find all his parts that his ferrets have stolen. Seriously. Alright, I got one. Let's go for number 2. We're all friends. Well, I don't know about that. We are a group of good guys that we learn from. I don't know if you consider us friends. I might wait until I get the new frame back to figure this out. I think I will. I don't know if I consider you friends yet or still acquaintances. since most of you guys are here, I heard rumors that somebody might be doing a shop truck build. Does anyone know anything about that? Especially Chevy trucks. I really need to fix this camera. My hair stopped getting in it one of these days. Alright, another question is, any of you guys done any kind of simulated weld lines? Or anything that kind of looks like a weld line? Beach Bum Garage has? Beach Bum Garage. Subscribe. Vidges. You guys know what video it is, throw it down in the description. He's got quite a few videos. He shows how he did weld line. Molded in green? I don't know if I've seen green. Oh yes, I have. Mini Cooper's molded in green. I've also seen blue. One of my Jeep kits that I have is molded in blue. Aww. That was a fail. You didn't glue that very well. And that's what this channel is all about, and most of everyone else's channel is, to help. So I want to know, on the Catalina build, I want to do a faded paint job, kind of like what Noco does, but then I want to take like the quarter panel and maybe cut a section like this out, so follow this line and back down, to make it look like the guy's starting to do repair, and then I'll, you know, do weld lines and then primer this spot so it looks like he's starting to actually work on the car. He's got different wheels and tires, maybe he's done the interior, repainted the motor and cleaned it up, but all the rest is still really dirty. Is what I'm kind of going for on this build. But I want that look of weld lines. And if I can't get that look right, then I'm not going to bother doing it. I'd rather go with my rust technique. Yeah, that's what happens when you leave for a while. I leave for 5 minutes. Don't worry about the legendary strip. I have that covered. I'd be scared what you would send. So what the heck are we gonna work on when I send this frame out? Because we're gonna have to put a hold on this until it comes back. What would you guys like to see? We could work on the Catalina, or we could work on something else. Good old Mr. Rick, welcome. Let's see if he has emailed me back yet. He has not. My Pontiac build? What Pontiac? I have a Pontiac project? The Catalina? We could work on the Catalina. I forget that that thing's made by Pontiac. You can have all the rain. That's all I had for like a week and a half, almost 2 weeks straight was rain. Then I've had it on and off like every single day since. I'll send it your way. And I'm not sure how long it's actually going to take to get this frame back. I'm hoping he'll do a somewhat speedy turnaround. Would be nice. So if you look at my frame, it wouldn't take much to make it straight and square, but if we took down like the center line here and drew an actual center line, my frame goes this way. The back half of my frame, I don't know if you can see that, this side's a little higher than this side, and there's just a bunch of little kind of imperfections, like this cross doesn't quite line up in the same marks at every point. So I'm going to send him this. He's going to take it, throw it into his program, make sure everything's square, my motor mounts are perfectly lined up, the transmission mounts perfectly centered, all of that is like 100% correctly. So everything looks right, everything's square, everything's straight. This bar kind of leans in, so he can fix that. Then he's just going to 3D print it and then ship it back to me. Since this is a GSL build that is for the last GSL, I'm pushing my envelope to be kind of a first place in my head, that I think it could be a possible first place build, and that's kind of the route that I'm going with this. So I'm taking the extra time getting a new frame 3D printed so everything's perfect. I want this rig to be spot on. The paint that's on this, I've got a buddy that does really cool mixes of paint. I gave him a bunch of stuff. In return, he's coming up with the colors for this. Then he'll turn around and give me the colors, so I'm excited. He said he's ordered the paint. It sounds like it's going to be a 3-stage paint, so base, pearl, and a clear for most of the components. So that I'm kind of excited for. But I met this guy at GSL, the 3D printer, so he had some really bitchin' go-kart wheels and tires and stuff like that. So I sent him an email to see if he wanted to do kind of a collaboration with me, and he's all game. Once I actually get the parts back and everything, he will be kind of a sponsor for my channel. And I'll reveal that once it all shows up. What are we at? 41 minutes? But you can see even in this camera view, my radiator supports for the bottom, they're not square to one another, so that's stuff that he's gonna fix for me. I think that's about all the mounts, because I know on like the floorboard, I don't think I need any, side mounts here off the side that it would mount to the floor pan. But what do you guys think? I'm not real familiar with like 32, how the floors mounted to one another, or how the frame mounted to the floorboards. Where's the frame? 3D stuff is awesome. Because like on truck mounts, they have, or on pickup trucks or something like that, they've got the little brackets that come out the side that mount the cabs. And I'm not sure how like a 32 Ford, and I want to believe that it was just bolted like through the frame rail. And I think that's the route that I'm gonna go. Hey guys, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Alright, floorboards in a real 32 were part of the body, and then the body was bolted to the frame with pads and long bolts. Alright, so I'm okay there. Engine above. Acme show was great. Wheels are knockoff chains. Alright. Been to GSL, and it's at the top of the top. My skill, but miss it when they stop having this event. Yes, GSL is a wonderful show, and it is very sad that it is coming to an end. It breaks my heart. I'm still new to model building and stuff, and having GSL in my background or my backyard makes me sad, that's for sure. But Mark that puts it on, the last show, I believe he will be 76. So I understand. GSL is a big show to put on, a big 4-day event, and so I understand. It's just sad. Alright, so that now clears. I'll promise I'll fix my camera after the live feed and see if I can scoot it that way a little more. But again, guys, you guys know it's coming to an end, so if it's on your bucket list, you need to make it. You need to get to it. You have about 3 years. Even if you don't think your builds are good enough for GSL, come anyways. The people you'll get to meet and everything like that, it's worth it. I bring my wife along with me every time. She actually has a ball. See, I know when it was a little longer. Well, that's good. Then you'll have to make sure you get a hold of me at GSL. Love to meet you. Love to meet fellow YouTubers. Oh, look who's in the house. Good old Jones. I think Jones, this is their first time in here. Welcome to the live stream. Kind of catching the end of it, but that's alright. I'm glad to have you here. About 45 minutes late to the wonderful show, but alright, so what else we got? Can you guys think of anything else that I need to get onto this frame before I send it off? So again, we got radiator, motor mounts, tranny mount, the links for the tree. We'll work on, or I will off camera once all that dries. The mounts for the shocks. I've got to figure out still what I'm going to do with the blow-off valves on the turbos. This mount I think I'll worry about once it comes back, so I know I have that sitting how it should. Better late than never at all. Not at all. I agree with you. Gas tank isn't going to matter because I'm going to mount that there on the floorboard behind the seats. I don't know if I'm subscribed to you. Ooh, that is a good looking 29 Ford you got there, Jones, for your background. I think it's beautiful. Oh, we got another guy that builds custom frames. Look at that. I'm not having, let's see. It's not the turbos I'm having issues with, it's the blow-off valves. Where they sit right here against my hood, and I really didn't want to notch the hood. So I was thinking of relocating the blow-off valves on the other side, but then they stick out way past the body that I don't like it. So that's my dilemma that I'm having, if I want to cut the hood or not. I like the blow-off valves. I like the look where it, with the intake that is here. Let's see, I need this turbo. I like the look of the blow-off valve sitting right next to the head. Another set of, blow-off valves. I like that look, so I think I'm just going to end up keeping it and maybe modifying the hood and just putting a little tiny notch. It doesn't have to be a big notch, but it's just got to be a little tiny one. I think I'll be okay with it. Let's see. Jones, since you're kind of new here and you probably don't know, or if I have sent you some of these, and if I haven't, since you're building custom frames, you need to get a set of these from me. I didn't use them as much on this frame just because there's so many angles and twists and turns. Let's see. We'll go like this. Row. Jones, if you want a set of these, and I'll explain what they are here. There's my email. So these, where's my extra styrene? No, it's gonna be way super long, but so if you're building custom frames, these are some laser cut, perfectly straight. Use this little one. Squares that make building frames a breeze. You can glue them to the styrene. They are out of plexiglass, but they really make building custom frames. You got your own way, that's awesome. But if you'd like a set, just let me know. I'd be happy to get you a set out to you. Turn off my light so you can kind of see. What did I do with my cup parts? Jones, if you don't mind me asking, what way do you use to frame up your, square up your frames? I'm definitely gonna have to check out your channel, that's for sure. There's one. Well, guys, it's getting that time. I think we're gonna end things up. You have your own little squares. Cool. Very, very nice. But I think that's it, guys. If you guys got any questions or anything like that, feel free to get a hold of me. More than happy to help you guys out. So until next time, guys, this is Dragon Speed Shop. I'm out of here.